Good evening. Today is Monday, March 12th. Bangladeshi plane with 71 on board crashes in Nepal. At least 49 killed after US Bangla Airlines plane slides off runway during landing at Kathmandu airport. A Bangladeshi aircraft has crashed while trying to land at Kathmandu airport in Nepal, killing at least 49 people, officials have said. The US Bangla Airlines plane made an unexpected turn while landing just after 2:15 p.m. local time on Monday, clipping fans and bursting into flames, according to the airport general manager, Rajav Kumar Chetri. The aircraft came up the runway and fell down a slope, sliding for about 300 meters before it stopped on a football field, leaving a trail of twisted metal, paper and luggage along the burnt grasses. There were 67 passengers on board the flight, 33 Nepali nationals, 32 from Bangladesh and one each from China and the Maldives. There was also 4 crew. So far, 49 people are dead and 22 are undergoing treatment at different hospitals, said Sanjeev Gautam, Executive Director of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, CAM. Thick plumes of dark smoke rose above the airport as firefighters battling to extinguish the wreckage. At least 24 badly burned bodies, some covered with cloth and the other in partially sealed bodies baggage, could be seen beside the shattered frame of the plane. All of a sudden, the plane shook violently and there was a loud bang. One of the survivors, Basanta Bohora, told the Kathmandu Post, "I was seated near a window and was able to break out of the window." Aviation officials in Kathmandu and the executives from the airline traded blame for the death accident. Chetri said the pilot has received permission to land from a southern direction, but then requested to approach from the north instead. He had reassured the air traffic controllers there was no problem, but did not reply. After he was warned his alignment was incorrect, the airport officials added. The plane should have come from the right direction, Chetri told Reuters, but the chief executive officer of the US Bangla Airlines, Iran Asif, said Kathmandu's air traffic control had given the pilot wrong instructions. A 3-minute conversation between the pilot and the air traffic control before the landing indicated that they sent a wrong signal to the pilot, he said in Dhaka. In recording of the chatter between the plane and the air traffic tower, there was posted on social media. Nearby aircraft could be heard warning controls that visibility was poor and that the US Bangla Airlines pilot seemed disoriented, according to a translated by the Nepali Times. Controllers appeared unclear of whether the air traffic would be approaching the runway from north or south, and shouted at the pilot in the seconds before the crash to turn the plane. Silence followed. Then a call indicating a fire truck had been dispatched. Amanda Summers, an American who works in Nepal, watched the crash happen from the terrace of her home office not far from the airport. It was flying so low it thought it was going to run into the mountains, she told the Associated Press, adding that it was unclear whether the plane had reached the runway when it landed. All of a sudden there was a blast and then another blast, she said. Survivors were rushed to nearby medical facilities, including Kathmandu Medical College. 24 people were taken to the hospital, but 8 died soon after arriving. The scene at the hospital was chaotic, as family members pushed through crowds to identify their relatives. People wrapped scarves and jumpers around their mountains to shield against the smell of burnt bodies. One mother collapsed after identifying her daughter's severely injured body in a blue bag. Oh my God. I closed my eyes and I could not see. The next thing I saw was fire. That what I remember, said Alma Naha Eni, a Bangladeshi national who was flying with her husband and 2 years old daughter. She only broke her foot in the crash, but did not know the fate of the rest of her family. Please, just find my husband and my daughter, she said, sobbing. Outside the facility, Ganga Baran and her husband were waiting news of their daughter, Anjina. She called me at 2020 from the airplane, Baran said. She said, Mom, I am sitting on the plane. I replied, have a safety journey. Kapem Sarma Oli, the Nepali Prime Minister, tweeted, extremely shocked by unfortunately crash of US Bangla aircraft carrying 67 passengers and 4 crew members, expressed deep sorrow on loss of life and condolence to bereaved family, and also wish for early recovery of injured persons. Government will investigate the incident immediately. The semi-aircraft reportedly skidded from a runway at Bangladesh's Sadipur airport in September 2015, while carrying 74 passengers. The aircraft sustained minor damage, but no passenger or crew members were reported injured. A US Bangla aircraft was forced to make an emergency landing in Dhaka last week after its pilots noticed a problem with the propellers. It is unclear whether it was the same aircraft involved in Monday's crash. Nepal has had a number of air disasters in recent years, dealing a blow to its tourist industry. Its poor air safety record has been blamed largely on inadequate maintenance. Inexperienced pilots and substandard management. early 2016, a twin of other turboprops aircraft hit a mountainside in Nepal, killing all 23 people on board. 2 days later, 2 pilots were killed when a small passenger plane crashed landed in the country's hilly Midwest. We know that the great problem in the airlines company, and the problem is in their airport in South Asia is terrible. Nepal is the Himalaya mountains, is the dangerous place to the aviation companies, but is I think is every week is common aircraft is in Nepal, in Bangladesh, in South Asia, is the poor zone, the said in the news. No many times inexperienced to the pilots, practicing of the aviation industry. I think this is a sad news, because there are many death people. I can't believe, and I can't no, sorry, I can't imagine the suffering these Bangladesh families, Nepal family, is I don't know. Let's see one video about this accident. It's terrible accident happening today in Nepal. Okay.